Okay, hi, Zay here. I've gotten a few questions about different stitches, where to go into the stitch, so I'm going to work on those today. This is a J-hook, and I'm using this orange yarn just so that you can see the stitches. So we're going to start with a chain 5 for the sake of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 6. 6. Now, some patterns require you to go in the back bump. Do you see these little vertical lines here? Here, 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 and there? That's considered the back bump, and they're raised if you turn it that way. But that's the back bump. And you go into the back bump. We're going to do single crochets in these back bumps. Okay? It's a little hard to get started, but once you get the hang of it, it creates a really clean edge. I usually use my finger to lift it. Then we go in the next one, right there. Single crochet, and then here's the here's the last back bump. Okay, now we're going to chain 1. See how clean that edge is? Okay, chain 1 and turn. Now here's the question that people have been asking: what stitches do you go into? So when you crochet, there are 3 things that you should know. When you get into like the advanced stages, then there are different stitches that you can go into. But for a stitch, you want to go into these spaces here where you have 2 loops on your hook. So we would go right in here. That's where you're going to go anytime for any pattern, unless you see something that calls for a front loop or a back loop. But outside of that, you want to go right through these stitches where there are 2 stitches at the top of the hook. Okay? Go to the next one. And then we're going to chain up 1 again. So we're going to turn here. Now, see these little V's? I call them V's, little arrows. I'm going to drop this here. This front part right here is your front loop. This part back here is your back loop. So if you see something that says FLO, that's your front loop only. So I'm going to show you what the front loop looks like. So I'll hold it this way. This is the front loop right here. So you have this 1 on your hook. So we'll single crochet through the front loops only. So we're going to go through this one. If you look at it this way, it's just this loop right here, just 1. If you turn it this way, it's going to be this one here. I'll go all the way down the row in the front loops only. And so you get a different kind of ridge, if you will. If you turn it this way, you'll see you'll have this little ridge. Now we'll chain 1 and then go up. I want you to look at those arrows again. See these arrows? Now we're going to go in the back loop only. So that would be this one right here. So you single crochet in the back loop. If you turn it this way, this is the back loop only, or BLO. Okay? And then what happens is it creates a ridge in the opposite direction. So I'll turn it so that you can see it. Chain 1. See, you have these little ridges right there. Sorry. You have those little ridges right there. And most of the time you'll see that it'll alternate between back loops and front loops so that you have that ridge. And this is the ridge that that they use for like mittens, the cuff of the mitten or the cuff of a hat. And so that's where they get that ridgy look. Okay, so I'll do it one more time. Front loops only, you're going to go through this one. You'll have one loop on the hook. So you'll stick it right there, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on your hook. That's a single crochet. Okay, front loop, pull through, front loop, pull through. I'll turn it again so that you can see it. Front loop. There you go. And front loop. Now, I always recommend that you count your stitches. Even after I've been crocheting for 40 years, I count my stitches because you can get to talking or watching a movie or whatever it is, and then you'll look at your project and it's either lopsided or shorter or longer, and it's because you haven't counted your stitches. So I usually count my stitches at the end of every row just to make sure. And then that way you don't have to frog it and rip it out. Okay? I will single crochet and turn, and we're going to go through the back loops only for this one. That would be this loop right here. Okay? Back loop. I'm trying to think of some of the other questions that I've had. Oh, so you'll see something that says go into the second chain from hook, or third chain from hook. That's what this means. This is the first one. So the second chain from hook, you don't count this one. So, well, you do count this one, I'm sorry. So this is the first. First is connected to the hook. So the second chain from hook would be 1, 2. So you would put your hook right here or right here if you're going through the stitches. Third chain from hook, I'll undo this. Third chain from hook. This is the first hook. This, if you go in here, the stitch is going to come out. See? Okay. So, you don't want to go in there. First chain, right here. Second chain from hook, here. Third chain from hook, here. Fourth chain from hook, here. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, so that's what I have. And if you flip it, again, you'll see the ridges. If you turn it this way, then you should start to see what you'll see when people are doing, like I said, the cuff for a mitten or the band for a hat, slouchy hat, or what have you. I hope that was helpful, and let me know if you have any other questions. Bye.